Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be looking at our 2026 box office predictions. With 2025 about to be out of, with 2025 being out of the picture and the fact that we have like the final 5 big blockbuster movies coming out of the rest of this year, we finally have our chance to look forward to the 2026 box office. And 2026 is looking to be a more bigger wild card year for movies. So of course I'll be going down like for my predictions of how the top 10 movies at the box office will go for 2026. Now of course my predictions may not be accurate. Some might do better than others. Some might perform lower than others. But this is just my personal take on how I think each movie in the top 10 will do at the box office. But yet again, I'm not a fully accurate box office analyst. This is what I personally believe based off of research that I have gathered. So we're going to be starting from number 1 down to number 10. The first movie that I think, and a lot of people think that will easily be the highest grossing film of 2026 is Avengers Doomsday. The Avengers brand is a very popular brand, and plus it comes from Marvel. And I have this movie at $1.6 billion. The main reason why I have it at $1.6 billion is because Marvel has been sort of losing its popularity. After Avengers Endgame, the Marvel movies have been slowly taking a decline in quality, and that goes same for their TV shows. Well, some of them, that is. So of course, I doubt there's going to be a whole bunch of people like willing to be that hyped for it that will cause it to outgross No Way Home, but I could be wrong. But really, this is my personal prediction of what I think Avengers Doomsday might land, because even though they're going to have Robert Downey Jr. and a huge stack of more than like 30 different actors, this is just my personal take. I really think $1.6 billion is very accurate. And I think that'll be where it'll like stop out at. And I think the holiday season is going to carry the movie to that number. Because yet again, the main reason why Avengers Infinity War and Endgame both made $2 billion each was because they had build up. And Avengers Doomsday really doesn't have a whole bunch of build up. I still put it at $1.66 billion, but I don't put it at anywhere near No Way Home or Infinity War. Our next movie is the Super Mario Galaxy movie at number 2 with $1.5 billion. The first Mario movie that came out last year was a huge success, grossing more than $1.3 billion in 2023 and easily becoming the second highest grossing film of 2023 behind Barbie. Due to the 2-year wait and the fact that video game movies are starting to slowly build up in popularity, I have the Super Mario Galaxy movie at $1.5 billion. The film will be based off of the Super Mario Galaxy, which is a very popular and beloved Mario game. So therefore, I strongly have Mario at $1.5 billion. And also, another thing that will be benefiting Mario that benefited the first movie 2 years ago was the fact that it won't really have any competition until the summer movies start pulling out. And it won't have any family competition until Toy Story 5 comes out, which will give it 2 months of absolutely no direct family competition. Rounding out our top 3 is Spider-Man Brand New Day at $1.1 billion. The main reason why that number is so low is because Far From Home, No Way Home, that made nearly $2 billion, was a very hyped film. People wanted to go see the movie because of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. They wanted to see all those 3 Spider-Man come together. Even though they weren't really revealed in the marketing besides leaked photos. The crazy marketing and ambition, the crazy theory, the theorists and movie theorists out there speculating all the trailers caused No Way Home to make nearly $2 billion. But with Brand New Day is going to be more of like this standalone solo Spider-Man movie. It won't have any of these big multiversal elements, but there is going to be still enough hype for it to make it past $1.1 billion, which I currently put it like on the trajectory of Far From Home, which made $1.1 billion as well. The main reason why I don't put it higher than Far From Home is because of The Odyssey that comes out 2 weeks before the movie. The Odyssey will have an absolute week, an absolute month of IMAX screens in its wake. That means A Brand New Day, by the time it comes out in theaters, it's going to have 0 IMAX screens and will only play in smaller formats like Dolby, ScreenX, and like RPX. All those other like famous premium screens that might carry Brand New Day to that $1 billion mark. But of course, PLF screens don't really help movies that much. And the movie can still make majority of its money from just normal screens. But overall, I have Spider-Man at 1.1 bill. Our next one at number 4 is The Odyssey at $950 million. Now, Christopher Nolan has been a very popular filmmaker. He has shown this with his Dark Knight trilogy and with his most recent film that came out 2 years ago, Oppenheimer, which made nearly $1 billion. But the thing is with The Odyssey is that I don't see it making past $950 million, which I have it at. The thing is, though, is that, well, it still has to compete with Spider-Man, and, Oppenheimer only had to compete with Barbie. And that was just day-and-day competition, but Barbie and Oppenheimer were targeting different audiences, and that sparked the Barbenheimer meme, which caused Oppenheimer to make more money in ticket sales. And what do you know? What made most of the ticket sales? It's IMAX screens. So while I do see Odyssey making more than $900 million, I don't see it being an absolute $1 billion contender. Running out of the top 5, we have Toy Story 5 at $920 million. Now, I know you guys are going to be saying, are you kidding me? It's Toy Story. It's bound to make $1 billion. It's Toy Story. Well, here's the thing. Toy Story 3 and 4 had crazy hype going into them. I'm not saying Toy Story 5 doesn't have any hype, but when I'm looking at people's reactions to the movie, and the fact that there really isn't much to go by, and the fact that even though some people are interested in the Toys R Us versus Tech storyline, this movie doesn't really feel like a true $1 billion contender because of its competition. Toy Story 5 is literally sandwiched in a very cramped and crowded summer movie season road. It will have to compete with Supergirl a week later and Minions 3 5 days after Supergirl. And not only that, on its 4th weekend, it will have to compete with the Moana live-action remake, which is way too many family films for Toy Story to handle. Of course, there will be people who are nostalgic about Toy Story, which yet again, you're going to have like the family audiences who, which yet again, money is super tight. They will have to choose between Minions and Moana and Toy Story 5. So that's where I really see Toy Story 5 not making $1 billion because of really the summer competition it will be going up against. And I really do feel like Toy Story 5 might have some franchise fatigue going in as well, because this is the 5th Toy Story movie. Even though it hasn't really been like any Toy Story movie that has been hated by no means, yet again, when Toy Story 5 was announced, not a lot of people were excited for it or even cared for it in general. And when the official teaser came out, people are still very confused by this and really feel like it's just like fan bait and nostalgia bait. And number 6, we have Minions 3, which from leaked photos and leaked images, it'll be the film will now be titled Minions and Monsters. This movie is looking to make around, in my personal prediction, $850 million. The Despicable Me franchise is a big brand. So it making $850 million sounds very likely. And the reason why I don't put it at beyond that is because, yet again, like I said with Toy Story 5, the summer movie season for 2026 is just way, way too crowded. And what means having to compete with both Toy Story 5 and Supergirl on its opening weekend will sort of make it lose a whole bunch of money along alongside Moana, which comes out a week after Minions. So Minions 3 making $850 million sounds likely. Despicable Me franchise has been insanely popular at the box office. So therefore, $850 million sounds very likely on the radar for it. And number 7, we have Dune Part 3 at $820 million. The Dune franchise has been very popular. Well, what Dune franchise has been making a whole bunch of money as of recently. Dune Part 2 last year made more than $714 million at the box office. Dune Part 3 will have the holiday season to, accompany it. But the issue with Dune Part 3 is that it's coming out the same day as Avengers Doomsday. So therefore, when it comes out the same day as Avengers Doomsday, it's very likely to have no IMAX screens. Majority of the PLS will go to Avengers, which will take some of the special IMAX screens from Dune. Now, I don't really know if that's really the case, but if a theater sees a movie that's going to be way bigger than the one they see right now, I highly doubt Dune's going to stand a chance against Avengers Doomsday when it comes to the IMAX screen fight. Because I never saw 2 movies sharing IMAX screens. I never heard of it, saw it. So, yet again, though, with Avengers Doomsday being its main competition, I have Dune Part 3 at $820 million. Our next, at number 8, we have the live-action Moana, which just put out its first teaser trailer today. And I have that movie at $740 million. Moana is one of Disney's biggest brands ever. The first movie, despite doing modestly well at the box office, it did insanely well just when it came to its streaming numbers. And when Moana 2 came out, it made over $1 billion and smashed several Thanksgiving records. Moana 2, I have it as slightly a little bit less than Moana 2, but more than Moana 1 at $740 million. While the film will be huge, yet again, there's not a whole bunch of nostalgia for a live-action Moana film to make it to $1 billion. The main reason why Lilo and Stitch made $1 billion live-action one was because of that. Was because of the absolute nostalgia and the fact that this live-action film came out 23 years after the original animated film. Therefore, the people who saw that movie back in 2022 are now grown adults. And they can show that live-action film to their kids. And now their kids are familiar with it now. So yeah, overall, Moana at $740 million is very likely. At number 9, we have Jumanji 3. Now, a lot of people want to call this Jumanji 4 because of the one that came out before Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. But Jumanji 3, in my opinion, I think is a more appropriate title to call it, because I don't think Jumanji, the 2017 one, Welcome to the Jungle, wasn't really a sequel to it, because it was having just this entire new cast of characters. And Jumanji and Jumanji 2, or like we want to call Jumanji 3, had also the same amount of characters. So that's what I'm calling Jumanji 3 here. I had that movie at $700 million. The Jumanji movies have really faced competition before, so Avengers Doomsday wouldn't really threaten Sony in delaying Jumanji 3 to 2027 or anything like that, or 2028. So with that, I do see Jumanji 3 being successful, but I do think Avengers Doomsday might hurt its legs at making past $700 million. Because Avengers Doomsday is going to be the biggest December movie ever. And while Jumanji does have great December legs, of course, Avengers Doomsday might cut those legs more than Star Wars can. And in number 10, we have Michael at $660 million. Now, of course, I know a lot of people do know Michael Jackson. Of course, Michael Jackson is a very famous music star and a very famous dancer as well. But one of the main reasons is that biopics don't make the same money as they used to. I know Bozeman Rhapsody made nearly $1 billion, But that was back in 2018, and that was when tickets were way cheaper now than they are like right now. And of course, I don't know like if the Michael biopic might be huge enough to where it can make $1 billion. People are saying it can. I think $660 million sounds very likely for Michael and everything. It could be lower or it could be higher, but that's where I put it at, $660 million. I feel like Michael Jackson is a very huge guy, and his movie is very likely to make a bunch of money for whatever studio is making it. And of course, I know you guys are like, well, where's Supergirl or where's The Mandalorian and Grogu? Those movies are very likely to make under $600 million. Because I highlighted how Supergirl is a very big as Supergirl is big as Superman, and Superman barely made over $600 million. And A Mandalorian and Grogu, let's face it, not a lot of people are really hyped for that movie, mainly because season 3 of The Mandalorian was very trash to a lot of people. So yeah, Supergirl and The Mandalorian and Grogu, even though they're very hype movies, they are not going to squeeze in the top 10 for next year. I don't even plan on it. But anyway, those are my thoughts for the 2026 box office and my fair estimates for it. You tell me what you guys think that will make it in the top 10. Other than that, I'll see you later.